Hey, first grade families, I am going to, this is Mrs. Wilson. I am going to go through and show you some of the things that we will be practicing in our addition facts. So we have already learned our doubles. We've learned our plus zeros, which is stays the same. Anything plus zero stays the same. And we've done our plus ones, which is just regular counting. And for our plus twos, we practiced a two-story building. So I will show you how we practice that in class. So between now and Monday, Tuesday next week, you may practice that again at home. This was the lesson that had come home. This is how we practiced in class. We would say the number that was being added to the two. We would say his name. We would say 3, 4, 5, that's my answer. 4, 5, 6, that's my answer. 5, 6, 7, that's my answer. 6, 7, 8, that's my answer. 7, 8, 9, that's my answer. 8, 9, 10, that's my answer. 9, 10, 11, that's my answer. We also learned about the commutative properties of addition. And yes, we say it like that because they're fancy words. They need a fancy voice, which means the numbers can trade places. Here we have a 3 on top plus 2, and here we have the 2 on top plus 3. So we learned that the commutative properties of addition, they can trade places and we get the same answer. So we would say the name, 3, 4, 5, that's my answer. 4, 5, 6, that's my answer. 5, 6, 7, that's my answer. Now some kids might not like to draw all over their paper with those two-story lines, so I told them they could also just touch. And just touching is the same thing. You could say 6, 7, 8, that's my answer. 7, 8, 9, that's my answer. 8, 9, 10, that's my answer. 9, 11, 10, 11, that's my answer. And you can see because of the commutative properties of addition that they can trade places and we get the same answer. Those are our plus 2 facts. Now, the next facts we're going to learn, I'm going to go ahead and put this in. I haven't done these videos before, so welcome to a brand new world. The next facts we will learn are actually our plus 9s. We will learn our plus 9s. Now, the backstory is we'll talk about our plus 10s. That plus 10s, the number stays the same, and we put a 1 in front of it. And we'll talk about that in class. But what we'll practice for our facts are plus 9s. So after we figure out that, say, 5 plus 10 is 15, we'll start wondering what is 5 plus 9. So as we look at our plus 9s, this is what I'm going to ask them and what we're going to practice in class so that you can practice at home. I'll ask them, what's 1 less than 3? So looking at a number line out in front of you might be helpful if you want to have your number line out. And if you don't have one, it takes about 2 seconds to write one on a piece of paper. What's 1 less than 3? 2. Put a 1 in front of it. What's 1 less than 4? 3. Put a 1 in front of it. What's 1 less than 5? 4. Put a 1 in front of it. What's 1 less than 6? 5. Put a 1 in front of it. What's 1 less than 7? 6. Put a 1 in front of it. What's 1 less than 8? 7. Put a 1 in front of it. So mathematicians have figured out this trick, that if we know that 3 plus 10 is 13, since 9 is 1 less than 10, our answer will be 1 less. And we'll talk about that. Trust. We'll talk about that more, but it's the way I will teach how to practice it on paper. We will talk more about it. Do not worry. That's not all they're going to get. And then, of course, you can see another row of the commutative properties of addition. So we will practice that also. So that is the plus nines that we will start. I thought while I was on a roll that I would keep going. So after the plus twos and after the plus nines, the next facts we will learn are our doubles plus one. So I'm putting these little signs up. I'm going to try and post this as one video. You can refer to it from now until Christmas. So you just look, you can, kind of fast forward through till you see what you're looking for. That's why I made this little sign. So doubles plus one is the next thing that we will practice in our lessons. So the doubles plus one facts is really teaching if we already know our doubles, as in we'll practice this page. If we already know our doubles, what's 5 plus 5? Well, we've already practiced our doubles. We know it's 10. And then I'm going to have them circle the smaller number. Every time we're going to circle the smaller number. What is 5 plus 5? Well, you told me it was 10. So what's 5 plus 5 plus one more? 11. That's our doubles plus 1. What's 7 plus 7? That's right, 14. Circle the smaller number. What is 7 plus 7? Well, you told me 14. What's 14 plus 1? 15. That's our doubles plus 1. What is 4 plus 4? That's right, 8. Circle the smaller number. Double it. What's 4 plus 4? 8. What's 8 plus 1? 9. So we're using our prior knowledge of our doubles to find our doubles plus 1. We'll do a couple more. What's 3 plus 3? 6. Circle the smaller number. What is 3 plus 3? It's 6. What's 6 plus 1? 7. Okay, so on the back of this page for practice, you would ask them to circle the smaller number. What's 3 plus 3? Well, because we know our doubles, we know the answer is 6. What's 6 plus 1? 7. That's my answer. Circle the smaller number. What is 4 plus 4? 8. What's 8 plus 1? 9. That's my answer. So you'll circle the smaller number, double it, plus 1. Circle the smaller number, 5, double it, 5 plus 5 is 10. 10 plus 1, 11. Circle the smaller number, double it. What's 6 plus 6? 12. What's 12 plus 1? 13. So that is the doubles plus 1. Again, we'll talk a lot more about it in class. I'm just trying to give you the way we learned it and the way to practice it at home. Circle the smaller number, double it, plus 1. Circle the smaller number, double it, plus 1. It's a 3-step process like that. Circle the smaller number, double it. What's 7 plus 7? 14. What's 14 plus 1? 15. That's my answer. Okay, so those are the doubles plus 1. Now, on our sum of 8 and 9, that'll be next. Sum of 8 and 9. And sum, of course, sum means the answer to an addition problem. And we try to practice that word. When we learn this, we're going to realize we actually know almost all of the answers already from our previous practices, where the answer is 8 or 9. There are actually just a few facts where the answer is 8 or 9. As you can see, there are 3s. We will practice that as a 3-story building, just like we practiced the 2-story building. So when the answer, we have a 5, 6, 7, 8. That's my answer. 5, 6, 7, 8. That's my answer. There's our commutative properties of addition. They have traded places, but we get the same answer. Now we'd say the number and count our 3-story building. 6, 7, 8, 9. That's my answer. 6, 7, 8, 9. That's my answer. Again, practicing the commutative properties of addition. Okay, so those are the sums of 8 and 9. There's just a couple of new ones because we've already practiced the others in our prior lessons. So after sums of 8 and 9, excuse me, will be sum of 11. When the answer is 11. That's not true. Sorry. Oh, I got myself mixed up. Sum of 10. Wah, wah. Sum of 10. So sorry. Sum of 10, or when the answer is 10. And again, we're going to find out as we go through those facts that we actually know most of those answers. We just have a few to practice. Because of our commutative properties of addition, remember the 3-story building, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's my answer. 7, 8, 9, 10. That's my answer. And this time there's a 4. And thankfully, the 4 actually has 4 points on it that we can touch. It'll look like this. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's my answer. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's my answer. Okay, so he kind of has those 4 points, 1, 2, 3, 4, that we can count. Now, as we practice them, they will become memorized with the practice we will do. We won't have to touch them, or we won't have to. Our goal is to memorize them so that when we see them, we know them. But until then, we need these strategies to practice. So that is the sum of 10. Next is the sum of 11. The sum of 11, and as we will find out, there's just a couple of facts there also for the sum of 11. 8, 9, 10, 11, that's my answer. 8, 9, 10, 11, that's my answer. And then the 4 points of the 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, that's my answer. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, that's my answer. So counting the 3-story building or the 4 points of the 4, those are the sums of 11. Guess what's next? That's right, the sum of 12. And sum of 12 will go like this. Again, the 4 points, there's just a couple of facts we're adding to all of our prior facts. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, that's my answer. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, that's my answer. This time we've got a 5. Now the 5 doesn't have 5 points, but this is what we do in class, so you can practice it at home if you would like. He does have, so we would say 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and give him a belly button for 12. Sorry. That's his belly, and he needs a belly button. So we would say 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 for the belly button. Okay, so that's how we do it in first grade. And he doesn't have, he has 5 things to count. He has 4 things to count plus a belly button. So that makes it 5 things. And that's what we'll practice in class. Listen, if you have a better strategy or a different strategy and you'd like to share it with us, or you just want to share it with your kid and go, listen, this is how we do it at home, that's great too. Whatever works for you to get to the answer works for us. Now we have our sum of 13 and 14. The sum of 13 and 14. This is how we practiced it at home, at school, excuse me. This is how we practice at school. The trick is there's not really a trick for 6. He pretty much needs to be just memorized on sight. You can't count up to 6. A, it takes too long, and B, there's definitely not 6 things to poke around. You could, if it is helpful to your student, well, let's do the 5 first. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That's my answer. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That's my answer. And then the answer for 14, if it is helpful for your kid to make, you can talk about a dice. You know how they have six like that look like a dice. You could do that. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. That's my answer. So it kind of looks like a dice, and I'll show them that. I'll show them the face of a dice. I don't have one within reach. And if that is helpful to them, but honestly, you kind of just need to practice that one. So when you see it, you just know it. But you can practice the 6 points. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. That's my answer. It just takes a while, but hopefully everything else on the page we know rather quickly. So maybe if we need to practice it that way at first, great. Okay, so the next thing and the last thing of our addition, sum of 15, 16, 17, and 18. And you'll be surprised to know we already know all our answers. That's right. There is no backside to this lesson worksheet. We have practiced all of these facts. So it's everything from doubles plus 1 to doubles, doubles plus 1, doubles plus 1, the 9 trick, doubles, the 9 trick, or doubles plus 1, whichever is your favorite. The 9 trick, the 9 trick, doubles plus 1, the 9 trick, doubles plus 1, or the 9 trick, the 9 trick, doubles plus 1, and doubles plus 1, or the 9 trick. And we actually have learned all our facts. So that is a quick run through of what the addition fact practices will look like in class and how they'll be taught, or at least practiced on our worksheets. There's a lot more behind it than that, but that will give you a good place to know how to practice it on paper at home. All right, thanks families.